What's up? Well, I told you the next time I holler at you, I'm gonna be on the trail, so it's kind of a half-truth. So the trail is back behind me about a mile-ish, but I wanted to get out on this country road and get out of town for a little bit, just to I don't know, just get off the trail for a little bit. It feels like I've ran that trail between Lincoln and Eagle like 1,000 times. So, but anyway, as you can see, I've got Cosmo with me as always. I've been forgetting to get him on camera. He's been wanting more camera time, but every single long run, every long event, carry him with me everywhere I go. So there's that. But what I wanted to holler at you about today was just a little bit about how I got to where I am in my journey, in the context of, you know, training specifically for the miles and everything. So I'm at the top of this climb, by the way, which isn't that big a deal, but for the keen-eyed of you, it's another reason why I like coming out here, is on the top of these hills. You can see so far. But anyway, how did I get to being able to be under effort for 24 plus hours? Well, honestly, it started with some words a wise man once told me a long time ago. Start training 5Ks. I'm never going to forget that. Start training 5Ks. Start training 5Ks. Well, and that's that can't be further from the truth, you know. The truth is that you got to eat that elephant one bite at a time. And if this is something that you want to undertake, you're gonna have to understand that being out on your legs for long periods of time, multiple times a week, for months on end, that's just what your life is gonna be like. You know, that's just what your life is. And trust me, man, especially during the week, there's gonna be, like, you know, life doesn't care about what your goals and ambitions are. Like, it doesn't care. So, you know, you're gonna have, you know, your employment obligations, your family obligations, your other extracurricular obligations, you know. There's never gonna be like the perfect time, right? So, for example, with my training plan, let's say leading all the way up to Silver Rush, that was in end of 2023 going into 2024. So I had my mileage kind of mapped out for that week, but I didn't have a specific day for a specific thing every single week. So I know a lot of people like to, you know, have a extremely regimented Tuesday is track day, Thursday is weight room, Saturday is long run, Sunday is cross training. Well, for normal folks like me, that kind of rigid scheduling doesn't work. So instead, what I like to do is just kind of have a loose framework on the total mileage plan for that week, and then kind of divide it up into what I think I'll have time for during that week. And usually on the weekends, those will be my longer runs, right? But I don't have a specific day for the long runs. Like today, I planned on having a longer run, but I didn't know today was going to be that day until this morning. I was like, yeah. Meat Suit was like, yeah, let's go, dude. Let's go. And so, got the pack together and I took off. But on some weeks it wasn't like that. Some weeks I'd have my pack all ready, have everything prepped to go. Saturday comes rolling along and the Meat Suit's like, no, not today. So I didn't get out and get the grind in that day. Sunday comes rolling around, Meat Suit's like, no, not today. So I didn't get a long run in that weekend, and that's okay. This is something that you're going to be working on for weeks or months or sometimes years at a time. So it's okay to move your stuff around. But like on Sunday, Meat Suit wasn't feeling it. But Monday after I get off work, the Meat Suit was like, yo, guess what we're doing? And I'm just like, yo, I gotta work in the morning. Meat Suit's like, I don't care, let's go. Throw that headlamp on and get it. So throw my pack on, bring my headlamp with me because I know I'm not gonna get home till after dark, and I get after it. But that's for the long runs. The shorter stuff, you can 10Ks, 10 miles, a half, that sort of mileage you can squeeze in on a typical work day. But there's I understand a lot of y'all don't have, that 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 6 to 3, whatever, right? So I would suggest on the days that you can, not every day has to be like this, but and I can't believe I'm saying this because I hate doing it myself, but you take that mileage that you got for the day, get up in the morning, crank out about 25 to 50% of it, go to work, and then when you get home that evening, knock out the other 25 to 50%. So, the moral of all that is, if you have committed to an event, right, it doesn't really matter what the distance is, and you didn't just put it on your calendar, you actually paid for it, and you got a bib number incoming, you've got to work. That's your life now, at least for that moment, that's your life. And that's okay, be excited in that, And unfortunately, like I was kind of alluding to earlier, life gets in the way of your goals and dreams sometimes. And that's just how it is. And then what makes it even harder is when people make themselves get in the way of what your goals, aspirations, dreams, and ambitions are. And that's the part that gets me irritated, because it's like, dude, I'm doing this thing, and you're doing everything you can to not make it happen. Man, I don't need you in my life. Hang on, got a cyclist coming. This is another reason why I wanted to get off the trail for a while. But because I mean, it's a nice day. Everybody's out riding. Well, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people are out riding their bikes, which, hey, more power to them. But you know, I'm trying to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I figured I would just break that down for you a little bit and try to present it in a way that's not all boring and classroom like. I hate that. So I am, oh shit, it's been an hour. Well, I guess I'm gonna head back to town and wrap it up for the day, and if I don't holler at you here in the next day or two, you can catch me on I'll probably be doing some easier runs on stream either tomorrow or the next day or something, but we'll see. But with all that said, thank you for pressing play, hanging out with your boy for a minute, and listening to my nonsensical rambling. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Whatever your next step in your adventure is, you can do it. You can make it. And like a wise woman once told me a long time ago, persist. So with all that said, until next time, deuces.